my dear ones. This is a timeless, near personal love and spirituality reading for whomever is guided to watch it, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. And this reading in particular is sponsored by Amina. And if you also want to support my channel like Amina did, you can follow the donation link in the description box of this video. Take note that the reading can be in the reverse for some of you. And if you need more information or help after you listen to this reading, you can turn to the love readings for the astrological signs that is up, or you can check out the pick a card and near personal readings on the first page of my channel. Click the headline of each playlist to see all the videos that the playlist contains. And I will start to shuffle your cards, and I use the Psychic Tarot of the Heart with John Holland. Okay, so when I open your deck here, I see confront and spread your wings. So this is about finding out what it is inside of you that might disturb your inner peace. It's like your shadow being or something scratching underneath the surface might make you feel anxiety on a very sunny and beautiful day. So when you are able to integrate this shadow here, it will be time for you to start to spread your wings and live your life more fully. So I call the divine with love and light, and here we have simply love together with confront. So it talks about your shadow, and that the only way that you can integrate your shadow is by loving it. So you can't say, oh, I should be this, so I need to reject this part of myself that isn't like I want it to be, because that's going to create a bigger shadow. If you instead can say, okay, so there's a part of me that's a little bit over dramatic and have a lot of opinions in this situation, so I need to let it come forward and speak for me. And it doesn't mean that you let your inner child go into a relationship and just make havoc out of it. It just means that if you feel irritated about something in a particular relationship, you say it. You say, okay, so this has been bothering me and this is how I feel about it. It's not about throwing a tantrum or becoming nasty. It's about making your voice heard. And the more you want to be convenient towards other people, the bigger shadow you will create for yourself. So simply love yourself and all things will come into light. Here we have the moon, showing that in the moonlight things look scary and a little bit freaky and a little bit unnatural. But when in the daylight you can see everything fully and clearly. So let yourself be expressed. Okay, don't hide in the shadows. So I called the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and we have here believe and succeed. So it's also believing in your own authority, believing that you are not insane, that you actually have something to share with the world. When you have a viewpoint, it's valuable. When you have a viewpoint, it can be a solution to a big problem. When you have a viewpoint, it can be something that benefits everyone, even if it's uncomfortable for them in the beginning to maybe understand what you have to say or implement it in their day-to-day life. So this is a ship. So I believe that if you could be more yourself, your whole self, and not just the side of you that you have approved in your relationships, you would actually become more successful with those relationships. When you're trying to behave or endure a lot of things or just kind of withstand or be able to, okay, so this person is a little bit irritating, but I will just live with it. It's a very nice and grown thing to do. But when this reading comes to you, it tells you that it's time to express yourself more. It's time to take forward more of your shadow into the light, and that it will bring success into your relationships. So I call the 6 elements. And here we have the flow card together with believe and succeed. And what I'm feeling with this is that you are more in connection with the divine when you are in connection with your whole self, and also the shadowy side. Because the shadowy side is an expression of your subconscious. Your subconscious have, in the waters here, have realized something. Your subconscious mind is almost like your hard drive on the computer, while your awakened little calculating mind is just the memory, memory on the desktop, kind of. So here we have this whole hard drive, and when it figures things out, it can calculate, specifically when you are relaxed. So for example, during the night, it can calculate things, and in the morning you wake up and you feel like something is wrong, and you feel like you need to express something in a certain relationship, or you need to do something about your work situation, or you need to take care of this problem. It can come when you are about to go to sleep as well, but that is when you really haven't been listening to yourself. It will come and disturb your sleep. So you won't be able to go to sleep because you have to figure out this problem. But if you can listen more to the subconscious and its calculations, you will actually be very, very close to the divine, because the subconscious is almost like another dimension where the divine rules. So when you are here, when you're dealing with the subconscious here, you're also being kind of working side by side together with your spirit guides and other helpful spirits or souls. And we can see here with this person realizing this connection and deciding to go with the flow. So whatever you feel needs to be expressed. We can see this in the boat. We can see it a little bit. Let's say that this is you. You are the ship. And this is the pillar of light going through you. It needs to be able to flow freely. And it's usually a Merkaba like this as well. You're almost like a black hole shooting out light in both ends and having like a Merkaba around you. And this is, it's the energy that you are being provided with from a spiritual point of view. And when you stop the energy, you don't want to express it. You make small clogs here in your beautiful divine canal of light, and you clog it up. The more you stop yourself from expressing yourself, the more you clog this canal up. And the great strong soul that is you is only like a teeny part of it being expressed in your day-to-day life, when you're trying to condition yourself and trying to behave in a way that will be convenient for other people. So 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear viewers. So I want you to have love in your life and to find yourself in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, so I will just tune in for a few seconds here to you and your situation. So this is the new bottom of the deck, and it's move. So it's again showing that your emotions and your beautiful canal and Merkaba needs to have a free flow, and that your heart needs to be able to express itself freely without you deciding what is all right to say and what is not. And here we have win or lose, which is the old bottom of the deck. And I think here you were more calculated with, like you were using your conscious mind to calculate what would have a good outcome for you or not, and you didn't want to have random consequences in your life, so therefore you kind of captivated your heart and made it a little bit more rigid. You didn't want it to be fully expressing itself because of fear of consequences, so you were a little bit rigid and controlled also with what you were saying. It's almost like this, I don't know the name now, but it's a big bird that can't fly, ostrich maybe, and it's putting its head in the sand. So this is what I'm feeling with this sword, that there's a truth here, but it's not being expressed because we want to win something. We want to win the other person's admiration, or we want them to like us, or we don't want them to think that we are crazy or over dramatic or a difficult person or whatever it is that we fear. So we're trying to be very logic here. So it's hard against logic a lot, what I can see. So I will just lay out your cards here to be displayed. It's beautiful back sides to this Psychic Tarot of the Heart. It's very, very mandala-like, so peaceful to look at. Okay, so we'll start with a card in the center here, and it's Crown Chakra. And immediately when I saw this card, I was thinking about a box. It's the mandala I was talking about, but the mandala is on the coverage of a box, and it's your crown chakra. So I'm feeling like you have a blockage in your crown chakra, but there's a key to it, and it's this mandala. And I'm thinking the mandala is your true expression of yourself, when you can be exactly as God intended, without trying to conform yourself with human rules. You will come to your true expression. And currently you are kind of living in a box. Okay. And this is the past, and we have dedicated effort. So all the things you have done, even putting yourself in the box, have been for a reason. You wanted to be a good trooper, you wanted to be a good citizen, a good partner, a good wife, a good husband, a good child, a good parent, a good friend, a good co-worker. So everything you have done it in the name of love, and in the name of cooperation, and in the name of being a willing participant in life. So you wanted to have such a smooth sailing as possible together with other people, and that's why you have conformed yourself, because if I play nice, other people play nice. So it's a very beautiful notion of kind of turning the other cheek and being the best you can be, and really making an effort to create beautiful situations in your life. But it came with a cost, and it was a cost that was your soul, that was the price here. So not fully expressing yourself and your soul, and therefore not having the great impact on your life and other people's life that you could have had if you had your true expression. So I'm not saying that you're going to stop to be a nice person. You still want to be a nice person, but maybe you are a nicer person if you express yourself fully, and people not seeing a dreadful shadow walking around behind you all the time. So it's actually interesting how people can see immediately if a person have a big shadow, and they don't react to the niceness that is you. They are reacting to what you're hiding. So it doesn't matter how nice you behave, because they will still react. Other people will still react to what it is that you're hiding. So you can say, well, I never impose myself on anyone. I always wait for them to invite me. But in the same time, you're sitting there and wishing a lot that they would invite you. So they will feel like, oh, that's that person that always wants to hang out with me, even when I don't have the time. Even though you never, ever tell them that you want to hang out with them, but they feel it subconsciously. So we can try to be as convenient as we want. People will still know the truth. And it's very easy for them to see our shadow, and it's very hard for ourselves to see our shadow. So it's better to be true. They know you anyway. So, and here we have believe and succeed. So it kind of confirms again. It's like a pat on your back saying that if you can be yourself, you will have success. If you can express yourself fully, you will have success. So be the best you can be, and be you. You don't have to be rude because you're expressing yourself, your truth, and you don't have to win. just because you say your point of view doesn't mean that everyone will agree with you, but you have still expressed yourself, so everyone knows everyone's positions when we can be more honest and truthful. And a new vitality, yes, beautiful. So the divine really wants you to play all your colors and not just choose, oh, I'm going to only choose these 2 colors and I'm not going to be the other colors. So they want to see the full scale of you. They want to see your great impact that you can do if you can be in your power, if you can be in your soul. So a new vitality will be created when you can express yourself fully. And here we have blossom. So there's no saying where this will end up when you start to play with all the energies that's kind of, I'm seeing like a made up table with all the different tools that you have in your toolbox. Your soul is so much more than just this conditioned part of you. And when you start to use more of your soul, when you're expressing yourself and creating yourself and inventing yourself day by day, you're going to be very powerful, and you're going to start to bloom in your true power, in your true strength. And instead of always feeling like there's something a little bit wrong with you that other people can't accept, you will start to accept yourself fully, and other people will follow eventually, because they will see less and less of your shadow and more of your true self, and that will also make people more comfortable around you. So don't fear your strength. Be all that you can be. And it's also this kind of Merkaba flow, even though it's different, it's more going like this, but I'm recognizing the pattern, the spiral of a universe, and you are a universe. You have a whole universe inside of you. And here we have control, and this is what you have been trying. You have been trying to control this because you have been fearful of your own creative skills. You are fearful of the consequences. So we can see this is this entity of you, the creator, kind of in the background, and this is how you have been trying to control yourself to get the best effort, like outcome. You wanted to do really good and be on your best behavior and be very controlled and kind of perfect. You wanted to be perfect. This is actually covering up the true you, but I have already told that. It's just another confirmation that there's so much more to you than what you show today. And here we have strengthening bonds. These two, I'm feeling, even if this is the 7th chakra, I feel that this is your very controlled self. It's almost like you have been a monk or a nun and whipped yourself into submission with poverty promises, behavioral promises, not being anything of these 7 deadly sins, and not have gluttony or envy or anything. So you have been very controlled and you only want what's highly vibrating. But by doing so, you have denied all these colors that you see here. You have denied in your spectrum, and you have only accepted these 2 colors here because you wanted to be perfect in the eye of not only God but also in the eye of humans, and you wanted to be a really good example. And so it's almost like you are buried in this coffin of your crown chakra, but what can come is something much more promising. And I will actually read this card for you, strengthening bonds. It's like a doorway. Okay. K-words: stability, reality, grounded, health. The potential exists now to bring greater stability to your relationships. Be realistic about what you can expect from others and what you can offer in return. Be consistent and clear in your action and demand the same back. By taking a down-to-earth approach, your expectation of other people are more likely to be met and relationship will be strengthened. Scattered emotional energy will not serve you. Be sure to ground yourself. Steady and calm energy will translate into secure and strong relationships. To ground yourself, take a walk in nature and connect with the energy of the trees and Mother Earth herself. Enjoy greater health by exercising and eating well. A healthy body will help you feel confident about yourself and your abilities. This self-assured energy will enable you to improve current relationship and attract new ones as well. So this is very beautiful energy of you loving yourself and being cool with who you are, and therefore you can also be more cool in relationship. You don't have to take things personally. You don't have to try to interpret what other people think or feel about you, because you feel that you are great. And if anyone has an opinion, they are welcome to come and share it, and you will try to better yourself, because you still are this beautiful, dedicated person. It's just that you have stopped judging yourself and stopped kind of filter what is supposed to be you. And when you're more cool, more self-loving, more sure of yourself, you're also able to, even if you have dramatic emotions, you don't have to have a dramatic display. You can say, well, I don't feel like that. I want this. I want more of this. And you can be very sure that this is what you're going to have, because you're not going to agree to anything else. So you'll also become a little bit more stubborn, but in a healthy way that will make you less touchy-feely and much more grounded. So I'm feeling again that this is the light that wants to come through, and the light is you. And it's there in the end of the tunnel. And when you have kind of integrated more and more of yourself here, also your relationship will benefit, because people will feel that you are more true and real. You're not just acting like a good Christian or a good Muslim or a good Buddhist. You're actually being a good person through and through, because you are your soul, and your soul is good. It's pure. It doesn't have agendas or it comes a notion from the divine, like this is what you feel right now, because something has been calculated subconsciously and together with the divine. For example, that this situation is about to go south because these people are going behind your back in this matter. So you will just say, hey, I'm not feeling really comfortable in this situation. It seems like you have had a meeting without me, and without me having to being informed about what has been said, I'm not going to move on with this project. So, cool. And you're not agitated, and they can do whatever they will with that project. If they want to keep it for themselves, they can keep it for themselves. But you are not going to participate on those circumstances, under these circumstances, because you want a clear and great foundation. And in that light, this crown chakra, which is a square, is starting to feel more and more as your foundation, when you can really trust your whole soul and invite your whole soul, instead of just parts which you feel are clean cut to be to be presented into the rooms of your relationships. It's like you don't want to invite an elephant into the room, so you don't want to invite your soul. But when you invite your soul, it's really a very grown up and very mature force that will come in, and that will make you so much more cool. Okay. And here we have awaiting results. So this is some little bit impatient energy I'm feeling with you. So this is kind of the past here, and I think you got impatient because you wanted, since you were acting so good and so nice, you wanted people to recognize this, and you wanted to have certain rewards because of it, since you were, you know, maybe really sacrificing yourself for other people and doing the best you could and really working very hard to kind of do your side of the work. You wanted to see more rewards, and they didn't come. And here this kind of says that the reward will come from you. It will not come from the outside. It will be from you, what you allow yourself to have. If you, for example, you want to have loyal colleagues. You're not going to work together with the people when they are not being loyal. You're kind of going to do your own project on the side and say, well, if I'm going to work with you on this, these are my terms. And you're going to be very stubborn with that. And you're not going to be angry. You're going to come to work with a smile on your face because you love yourself. And you're not going to be nervous because you know that you will not put yourself into a situation that you don't want to be in. So this is a little bit upset feeling I'm getting, and it's just because you have put so much love and effort into situations and you haven't seen the result. But this is about becoming your own hero, your own best supporter. Okay, and this is going to give you the reward. So these are giving me like a little bit a bad feeling. So I'm going to check what it is. I'm going to use the Pagan LENORMAND. See here if everything is upside down. Yes, of course. So what's going on here with awaiting result and crown chakra? Yes, it's you have felt like you have done everything in your power to be the best you can be. And you're probably having equally high expectations on your surrounding, and I think they are not really living up to your expectations here. So I think have less expectations on other and more like that they will back you up, and have more expectations on you to back you up, because you need yourself. And when you have yourself in all these circumstances, you will never be alone, because you will never betray yourself. You will never sell yourself out. You will not agree to something that you don't want and you don't feel safe with or cool with. So you don't need these other people's support. It will happen eventually. When you support yourself, they will support you too. But as of now, you feel that all the things that you have done should have been rewarding with these people, but it's not going to work like that. It's you that's going to be rewarding to you. Yes, confront. So you really need to integrate this little shadow creature inside of you. That's your biggest treasure right now. That's the whole solution to all this, to become more you. That is going to free you from all your stupid problems, and it's going to make your soul go down fully in your body, because it's almost like you have a lost soul part, and it's because you have shunted a part of you that you say, no, you're not okay, you're not allowed here, you're the elephant in the porcelain store, so you can't come in, you need to stay out there. And this has been very undignified for your soul and very undignified for yourself, to not love the whole of you and not realize that it's actually not an inconvenience. It's your true power that you have locked out here. So I'll take an oracle for that too. Okay, too many maybe. Yes, it's kind of a crossroad you are in right now. And depending on what kind of decision you take here, you will group yourself with certain people. Either you will group yourself with people that actually start to integrate their soul, or you will group yourself with people that trying to be holy and perfect, but will never really succeed with that. So I'm not saying that this is wrong. You can continue down that road, but it's a certain chance for you right now to actually access your true power, and it's the sun that's coming up there, and you're not alone. You're doing this simultaneously with a lot of other people that's starting to wake up like this too. And if you're not catching this train, you will feel hopelessly behind. You'll feel like, oh, everyone else seems to know themselves, and I'm still here trying to behave with my best effort. So I'm going to take one more. Yes, you coming home to yourself, coming home to your own authority. So people can feel whatever they want about you, but you are home in yourself, and you are cool, warm, generous. And if people are nice, they will see a smile on your face. If they are difficult, you won't frown up then either. You will just, you know, focus on something that's more pleasant for you in this situation, or that's more rewarding. So you will become a much more cool person in general, and wherever you go, there you are. So when you create this kind of a home for yourself where you are your own loving authority, people will also be more drawn to you, because they will want to be like you when you are this cool and calm. So get on with it and start to see what it is that you don't allow yourself to be. Sometimes it can be very hard. Just watch yourself in situations. When are you suffocating yourself a little bit, or holding back, or no, I can't say that, or no, I won't express that. And also look at certain behaviors that you have had your whole life, where you have a certain opinion about a situation that we should never express. For example, criticism towards another person. Instead, we should, you know, just say that, oh, it was a great job, it will just get better from here. Sometimes you actually need to help people a little bit, also with maybe saying something that's a little bit of criticism. For example, that I would like to be able to have a sick day with my kids without the whole company falling apart when I'm absent. So I think we need to learn each other's work so that it can be done also when we are not here. And this is not really criticism, it's a great idea, but you might have been fearful of expressing those great ideas. And it's the same if you are on the dating scene. It can be really good feedback to tell a person, well, I had a nice time, but I don't want to see you again because you are only talking about yourself, and I don't think you know anything about me at this point. And I'm not saying that you are such a person. You might just have been nervous, but my feeling is that I don't want to do it again. Because that will give a great feedback to that person, that next time, even if they are nervous, they can take a breather and try to ask a little bit questions about the person that they are with, and show a little bit more interest. So you're actually very helpful when you're saying to people what's on your mind, and you don't have to win. They don't have to agree with you, as long as you just say it, so it don't become a block in your beautiful rainbow canal. Okay. So I hope this helped, and I want you to take really good care. And I will sprinkle more of this pick a card and near personal readings. And in the end of April, I will come out with the love readings for Gemini season. Okay, so until next time, bye-bye.